One of the most exciting events of the year is coming up right around the corner on February 27th, and I'm joined today with two members of the project team to give us an inside look at the state of the city. Corey and Becca, thanks so much for joining me today.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Well, right out of the gate, what is the state of the city for folks who don't know?
So this year's State of the City is being held at the Ames Welcome Center, and like you mentioned, it's February 27th from 6:30 to about 9 p.m. So the purpose is, it's very similar to the State of the Union address that's given by our country's president. So Greeley residents can hear directly from the Mayor Gates and other city leaders, just talking about community successes and the city's vision for the future. So an interesting point, before, it used to be called State of the Union Colony, which I think is very cool. I mean, Greeley started as Union Colony back in 1870. So this event was held during city council meetings for the public to attend. And then community members would actually come dressed as like maybe Nathan Meeker or Horace Greeley and actually read some of the scripts, which was kind of cool. So I don't think we're having any, like, I don't think Nathan's or Horace is visiting us this year, but maybe next year. But the city is just on the cusp of greatness. And I think there was just an ability to celebrate that. We were also just named Community Playmaker of the Year. So this really celebrates that award and kind of ties it into the state of the city.
Wow.
So,
I imagine there's a lot to cover. Like you said, this is kind of an event for us to look at the things that we've done and celebrate. What are some of those topics, Becca, that the mayor's going to cover?
That's a great question. So as Corey mentioned, there won't be reenactments this year. The vibe has changed. During the address, which will last about an hour, we really speak about the City Council vision. So the City Council vision has 7 focus areas. Those focus areas are business growth, community vitality, housing for all, high performance government, quality of life amenities, sustainable infrastructure and mobility, and safe and secure communities. Yes, I had to check my notes to get through all 7. The city has been doing a lot of work this past year to take those focus areas and turn them into actionable projects. And that's really what the address is about. So for example, for safe and secure communities, this past year in 2024, Greeley Police launched a real-time information center, which is a technology solution to help with safety in our community. So you'll hear a little bit about that project. Housing for all. We have housed quite a few vulnerable individuals in our community this past year. So we'll be talking about that as well. And so much more. So you'll have to come check it out and hear the work we've done and then what we're teeing up in 2025 to continue that important work.
So Corey, why should I go? Why should somebody go to this event, and how is it different than last year's State of the City?
well, it's bigger and better. I think it's just going to be one big civic engagement party. So just, it's a residents to, come learn about the community, what's going on, what are some of those main projects that are coming up, not just this year, but maybe, 5 to 10 years down the road. What are those things that are going to impact our residents' lives? You're just going to see how the city is creating opportunities for better jobs, higher wages, and just an overall better quality of life. We're also having food and drinks after the address, cash bar and entertainment, including a special performance by Greeley's own The Burrows. So that's going to be cool. Just invite everybody to come out and enjoy a night of civic engagement with your neighbors in the community and city leaders.
Wow, it truly sounds like a fun and lively event. What about meeting with some of those city leaders and getting to talk with some subject matter experts?
That's a great question. So the address really is just one portion of the evening. As we mentioned early on, this is a whole night celebration. So you'll come in, we'll start with the address, and then at the end of the address, we'll have a concert, which will be just some fun. But then afterwards, we've got an hour where there will be opportunities to connect with department directors, assistant city managers, and talk about some of the projects you just heard in the address. So there will be a whole room dedicated to learning about things like our Poudre River Restoration Initiative, learning about Merge, that new big project that a lot of voters just voted through in the fall that is going to redo the interchanges on Highway 34. So that's a chance to really meet one-on-one, ask your important questions, and find out more about these big and little changes that will impact your day-to-day life.
Wow. And Corey, I know the city it's important that this is an event for everyone. What are some ways that you all are trying to help make this an event for everybody to attend and enjoy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're working with GET bus. So having a route, it goes from the Immigrant and Migrant Center, and then with a stop at the Greeley Mall, and then it goes right to Ames Welcome Center. And then after the event, they'll just reverse course and return everybody back to their original stop. So we do want to be inclusive, invite as many of our community members to come celebrate Greeley with all of us. It's a really exciting time to be to live and work in Greeley. So we're just extending that to everybody. So we want everybody to come and enjoy a night of fun and
Absolutely.
celebration.
We don't want there to be any barriers to attendance, and so there will be ASL interpretation there. We will be interpreting in multiple other languages. Many folks don't know that in Greeley, dozens of languages are spoken across the city. So we've looked at some of those most common languages: English, Spanish, Haitian Creole, so we'll have interpretation on hand. So if English isn't your first language, you can still come, you can still understand the work we're doing in the city. We're going to have childcare options available, just anything that might make someone go, oh, I'd love to go, but we're trying to erase that barrier so that everyone can make time to learn more about the place where they live and how their local government is working to make it a more welcoming and inclusive space for them.
Wow, I can tell that this project team has put a lot of thought into this event. Last thing, do you need anyone to register or perhaps RSVP for this event?
We sure do. You are not required to RSVP. Doors are open. It's general admission. If you show up, we will find a seat for you. And also, if you RSVP, it helps us plan, helps us make sure we have enough food for everyone, that we have enough space for everyone. And so if you visit greeleygov.com/council, you will find a link to our RSVP, and you can let us know you'll be there, how many folks are with you, and that's also how you can get connected to the city to ask for accommodations if you need services at the event.
Wow, wonderful. Corey, Becca, thanks so much for being here today.
Yeah,
Thanks for
you're
having
welcome.
us.
We are so excited. We're wanting everybody to come out and join this lively event, learn a little more about your city, why Greeley is a wonderful place to live, work, and play.